Mondays to Fridays, 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. in the newsroom. You can't afford to miss it.
Good afternoon, viewers at home. You are welcome to today's edition of the program in the newsroom. My name is Kayode Adibayo. Yeah, we are here once again with issues that has to do with Nigeria, issues bordering on the affairs of Nigeria, particularly on the forthcoming general elections. Last year, we were all anticipating that 2023 general election, we were all expecting, but the electoral umpire seems to be saying something. He's trying to tell us why the 2023 general elections may be cancelled. That is from INEC. Then secondly, we are going to look at the comment or the remark by Governor Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State saying that telling people to shun evil predictions ahead general elections. Then thirdly, we are going to look at the directive by the NFIU saying that all government payment must be cashless as from March 1 this year. Yeah, my guests are here with me in the house. Larry Fadansi is here with me. Larry, you are welcome on the program.
Yes, well, good afternoon. Glad to be here.
I also have with me here a regular guest, Sanya Fadipe. You are welcome on the program.
Thanks for having me in the newsroom.
The major stakeholder in the newsroom.
Yeah, here in the newsroom.
Thank you very much. Now, let's start with the first topic of our discussion for today. Why 2023 general elections may be cancelled? That is coming from INEC. Larry, why you see that INEC is now telling us the reasons why 2023 general elections will be cancelled?
I am not happy that is coming from INEC by now, because I think in the studio here over 4 or 5 months ago, I openly expressed my fears about the elections, because when something is an emergency, it should have been treated as such. The insecurity situation in the land has been treated with kid gloves. The government has not shown commitment to solving the problems of insecurity. And in the last 6 months that we're talking about, INEC facilities are being attacked on a daily. People still get kidnapped by choice. Those kidnappers just choose their targets and go there. The recent train attack in Edo State, you would have thought it won't be possible for anyone to enter any train station in Nigeria again after the experience of Kaduna. So some people are fifth columnists in this issue. So it now depends on where they stand, whether they want the elections to hold or not. It's like conscious attempt to scuttle the electoral process. And that time that we were talking, I think it was in the studio, that I said I went into a friend's auto shop. It was in the US. And as I drove into the compound, he called my number. And I was like, well, maybe he was in the office. I didn't know whether I was back. I said, are you the one that drove into the premises? I said, yes, that's fine. That guy is looking neat. You understand that kind of thing? And I now realized it was in his room in the US. Yeah. So if that happened at the Kaduna train attack, and another train station, it was possible to be attacked again. Remember when the bandits attacked your prisons? Makinde said, as things are, we will have to provide cameras and all. Some people attacked him and said, was it his business to provide? So we need to interrogate the position of the government, because it has not shown capacity in this insecurity matter. If there is insecurity, there is no reason going further in trying to say we want to waste money. We will look like a jamboree.
All right. Thank you, Larry. So yeah, for what Larry has said now, he said it seems that the government is treating the issue of insecurity with the kid glove. But we've seen some effort being made by the federal government in recent past combating the issue of insecurity. What do you have to say?
You know, I just laugh now. There's some efforts in the past at battling insecurity. Boko Haram will come. On each attack, they might kill about 150, 200. And our whole armed forces will come and say, we have just been able to eradicate 10 Boko Haram. It's laughable. I say you are battling insecurity. Which security are you battling? You seem not to be on top of any situation at all, as far as I'm concerned. things have gone from bad to worse. And it's happening like that every day. What we lack in this country is intelligence. Military intelligence. We need to indicate that at certain time they are likely to attack us in this place. They are likely to attack us in this place. Yet we, the commoners on the streets, we have seen these things coming. Why would the military not see it? Just like Larry said, there are 5 columnists within the echelon of the governing body. And something is going on. I see some people are feeling fat. This security needs a cash cow. And that's why when that kind of thing happens, you never can eradicate insecurity. That kind of situation. Except, of course, you are ready to go headlong. You are talking about insecurity. Some reasons the government are giving was that you don't want to have collateral casualty. When are you going to have it? If you don't do what you have to do, there's no way you can eradicate insecurity without having collateral. Right now, are you not having collateral killings, Oliver? So why are you stopping short of going right back? Our soldiers are telling us they are ready, but they're capable of going straight in and eradicate these things. But there are some people, the hierarchy, the top echelon of the community, they know what's going on, they are not ready to eradicate it. So the elections, the coming elections, you have been saying it. When Larry first mentioned it, I said, what makes you think that we are not going to have elections? We are going to have it. But after that, I started seeing certain things coming up. The holding an election, not holding an election, I think it's from different facets. Some people don't want elections to hold because they are agitating for something or the other. Some people don't want elections to hold because they are feeling fat on certain areas. Some people don't want elections to hold because they don't want some people to take over power. So from different facets, they are fighting the battle. And so it becomes very insensitive for anybody to think that elections will hold the way things are going on. And so for either to now start out now saying elections may not hold, you just say it at a very late time. All of us have known that. All
right. Yeah. Let me come back to you, Dan. Now, you talk, so I just talked about the 5th columnist as well as, you have made mention of the 5th columnist in your last submission. But why is it that the 5th columnists appear to be more stronger in this country? Apparently more stronger than the government. Why?
There is a song by an Argentine artist, Commander-in-Chief. And that song is like telling the story of Nigeria. Now, people will die every day, and politicians are lining their pockets with money. It's blood money. When people are dying and you are doing business, you are saying you are buying ammunition and pocketing the money. But all stops on the table of the Commander-in-Chief. We are at war. Let's stop pretending. Now, for a group of people, they will tell you, well, I recall there was a time when this crisis broke, that a new group of people, especially the local government chairman, insisted nobody should stay in the forest. We don't care where you're from, come and live in the communities. If you are doing business in the forest, go to our people go to farm and they come home. You to go there, do your business, even if you are bringing cows, come back and rest. Don't stay in the forest. People stay in the forest, they bring foreigners to them, and from there they go attack communities and come back. So if the nation wants to be sincere, let us know we are at war. Take it to them. If you're talking about collateral damage, they are not living within the communities. They are living in interland where Intel can tell you where they are. You decimate them. But the moment you are still having the feelings that they are our people, then it goes to show where you stand in the whole process. It is you standing against the process that can solve the problem of insecurity. That, okay, we want them to change their heart. You want people who have killed to change their heart when the laws of the land says he who kills is supposed to be killed if found guilty. So why must you not say you are trying to placate them, you are trying to placate murderers and see if you can give them soft landing so that they can repent? It's God that should take repentance and pardon them. It is not for us that have societal rules and values that guide how people relate in society. They have taken themselves off society's recognition as decent people. Therefore, they cannot be referred to as decent human beings. They are more like beasts. People who human blood means nothing to. Honestly, it is not as if the army cannot, but the body language of leadership is what is making them stay in their tents. If not, what is the population of the so-called bandits? Talking about 100,000 of an army of about 1 million. So how can you say they would overpower you? You have the air, you have the land. If they want to, they can only steal to enter the airspace. Because the moment they go on air, you see them. So why not go and just do this and solve this problem once and for all? But some people are cashing out on it. So some of the forests, the so-called forests, you can imagine whatever natural resources that are there, is only those who are there that can do it. Without any records, without recourse to the nation. So some people are doing business, making blood money on account of the Nigerian populace. And that should stop. If it doesn't stop, our political experience is just a staccato dance. It's a macabre dance in the market square. It's a shameful one. You can't say you want to roll into an election when the nation state is not at rest. It's not right, it's not permissible in any sane society.
Okay. Thank you. Saya, Larry said that the country is at war with the raging insecurity that we have right now. In your own opinion, why would some indigenes of this country, so-called faith columnists, now rise up to wage war against the country?
You see, when you're waging war, the first thing you think of is, what am I going to benefit from this war? Why am I waging the war in the first instance? You see, you can know the beginning of a war, you never can tell the end of that war. But in a war where you know that for as long as that war keeps going on, you don't care what some other people lose, but you stand to gain all the time. The war will keep on raging. Now, look at the natural resources. In those forests that these bandits are, don't think that they're just there, just go and fight and come back. No. It's much more than that. Some people are exploiting some mineral resources in those forests. And these are the people who have the means, the means to do it. And so these are the people who empower these fighters. We don't care. Whatever you want to eat, you eat. Whatever you want to drink, you drink. They give them drugs. They give them everything. Drugs in terms of lethal drugs that make them go haywire. Just for them to go and do the fighting. You go and do the fighting. What you eat is not your problem. You provide everything. But what they are gaining from the forest is more than 100 times more than what they are spending on these fighters. So that, and when they are there, there's no way any government can hold them accountable. Whatever they're doing there, there's no rule when that kind of thing comes. No rule. It's just like you're having the Niger Delta when people go to bunker. People who fix pipes right into the ocean, kilometers into the ocean. These are people who have money, and we know what they're going to pay for. Do you know that kind of thing? And so these are the problems. And no government, no same government will tell you that it does not know that that kind of thing is what is happening now. But these people who are funding them too are the people who are in government. They are the people, even if they are not in government, they are the people who have the reins of power, who can tell whoever is in power that do this, and if you don't do this, I will do this. Let me give you one example. Why, for instance, has Gumi not been arrested over these years? Gumi keeps on telling us that these people are people. Don't come hard on them. He's even saying that whichever president is coming in must not come hard on the bandits. That should negotiate with them because they are people. I start wondering, what kind of argument is this? What type of argument? This is a man who go to the forest to go and meet these bandits, take ransom to them, do all these kind of things with them, and you're still watching that man walking the streets free. I say you're fighting insurgency. There's no way you can fight insurgency that way. And so these people who are fighting, who are at war with Nigeria, it's because of their own personal interest. They don't care. Most of them, if you look at them today, their families are not here in Nigeria. They're abroad. So they can afford to destroy the whole country for as long as they keep on doing what they're doing. Either they're mining or they are doing whatever they're doing in the forest. They keep on doing it. And when you have a particular area where there's serious insurgency, the economy of that place comes into shambles. So anything that government could use in getting either taxes or economic advantage for the government, it will never get it. These are people who sit at top of those things. Some bandits now have been taxing the farmers.
Yes.
So yes, if you don't pay us this as tax, you're never going to get your farm. Whereas government should be doing that. So if bandits are taking over those places, they are not even taking over as if they have put a flag on those places. No. But they are controlling these people, and these people, they are not talk. Because they hold them by the jugular. And so, if those kind of things happen in any community, there's no way you have peace. Because some people will continue to support these bandits innocently. It's not as if they want it, but they have no choice. If government cannot secure their security, you cannot secure them, then if the bandits can secure them, then so be it. So that's the problem we're having right now. And in the middle of this kind of problem, there are some scoops of people who seize that opportunity to perpetrate their own evil too. They have evil potential before, but because they know that banditry is real now, they are not part of these bandits, not part of the major bandits. They will just go out and do their own little banditry here and there, make some money and come back to wherever they are living. And so when you have that kind of thing, you are living in a obedient society. It seems as if the rule doesn't. And look at what happened, the Edo thing. You just know that some people are just there that no, with impunity, you can't do anything about it. And that's the way you are going. As if there's no government in place. It's unfortunate.
Thank you. Now, Larry, let me come back to you. The country is at war. There's no doubt about it from your submissions. The war must be won.
Yeah.
An election must hold. How do we go about it?
Now, it's not a matter of wishful thinking. It has to be backed up by action. Now, because some things tell us to look at ourselves. And that's all that I was referring to, that look, how do you sleep? You say you are leading a people, and people are dying on a daily. How do you get to sleep at night when that is happening? Now, I recall there was a time some people had to leave Lagos when the banned Okada riders and the rest in some places. Now, some of these Okada riders, most of them are from a section of Nigeria. When they were about to enter their home states, the community said, now, you are coming home, but one thing is we have banned the use of motorcycles. Completely, outright. Are you ready to go in their home state? That, are you ready to go home without it? That's the first agreement we must have here. Or you look elsewhere that you are going. Okay, they will agree. Fine, leave your motorcycle. Now, name 3 family heads in your locality, in your community. Names 1, name 2, name 3. They will now call those ones. Can you vouch for so and so person? He has been away from home for long. Do you get? Those are some of the things we expect to be organized and scrutinized by government. Even before you allow them, and when you allow them, you still watch them. But all of these things are just left to chance. 3 days before the Kuje prison attack, Kule Aruloba on his program said he saw strange people in Abuja ride like some motorcycles passed his car and he was wondering, why are they able to go within town like that, dressed like people from the Sahel region, with ammunition on them? Nobody arrested them. Some days after, there was an attack at Kuje prison. So why won't you think a section of the government is actually backing this people? And they went and removed their people from the prison. Security officials were not there. So if we don't want to be sincere with ourselves, well, we may choose to be deceiving ourselves. But if we want to be truthful, we must know there is clear and present danger in Nigeria. For INEC to have said that themselves, they must have seen that initially the INEC chairman was boastful that they are fully prepared and they can contain it, that whatever facilities they, but he has known the facts. And like Dele Momodu used the coinage, he called them owners of Nigeria. It's like some people believe resolutely within themselves that they are owners of Nigeria. And to a large extent, those owners of Nigeria might not be seeing the electoral process favoring theirs. And at the end of the day, they don't want it. I recall that INEC said they found close to 2 million underage voters and they have cancelled their votes. Some people got cards for those people. Some people got cards for those people. So what we now see is that in the past, they were using the real age of those people, the real date of birth. Then you'll be wondering, how can a 7-year-old get their cards? But now they've changed it. They are using the real face on a different age. So you can imagine the face of a 7-year-old and you say he was born in 1994. You'd not be wondering what sort of a nation have we found ourselves. They have boxed INEC to such a corner that they now want to turn everyone into Aki and Popo, because of their stature, and they're adults. So you are telling us those are the kind of, the moment you can maneuver age for them, you want us to believe those are their normal stature. So, well, we can only appeal to them to please allow Nigeria to survive. Because it's like some people are bent on having their way or having a sway. If they can't have their way, they want to sway the whole thing against the process.
All right. So yeah, you see, there's a very serious issue at hand now, especially concerning the forthcoming general election. But we must have election in this country. Now, what do we do?
It's so simple. The government of today, of now, or maybe the government too, because the armed forces, put it that way, and all the security agencies, they know how to combat insecurity, because that's the only thing that is standing against the 2023 elections right now. They know how to combat insecurity. What they're just waiting for is the order from their top hierarchy, not from the CNCO, not from the commander-in-chief, because I was given that order before and the order was never obeyed by the security chiefs. They never obeyed it. It only depends on whether the security chiefs now are ready to bail Nigeria out. If they're ready to bail Nigeria out, let them give the order, and we'll have the 2023 elections. Free and fair, we'll have it. But that is if they are tired of whatever they are making from the insecurity that we have right now. If those powers that control them from within I always say something. See, you can't have a good president without a good team. You have a very good president. For as far as I'm concerned, President Buhari doesn't have enough force, not enough firepower to command the armed forces as of today. Because he has cabals who are controlling the armed forces. These cabals are the people who are controlling the armed forces and telling them what to do and what not to do. So the president are giving a lot of orders, something that they have never obeyed. So we start wondering, why are they not being obeyed? Because some people are busy there telling them, don't mind the president. We are the ones that should give you the go-ahead to do whatever you're doing. And that's exactly what has been happening. So I always say it. If you have a president who doesn't have how would I put it now, the know-how to pick a good team that will work with him, is going to fail. No matter how good he is, no matter how innocent, no matter how forward-looking he is, he will fail in all his But when you have a good team, these are the members of this team are the ones that will do things for you. But if you have a good team, and the team agrees with you and you are good, you're having a team field, then definitely you are going to succeed. And President Buhari doesn't have that right now. Everybody within the hierarchy is doing whatever he feels he can do for his own pocket. You have had a case in this country where you have a minister whose sons are riding luxurious cars without working, living in luxurious mansions without working. And this was put on social media. Till now, nothing has happened to that person. Nothing has happened. I said this on this platform sometimes. When I was the chief press secretary of the government, we were in Abuja. There was a house facing the Ocean House. That house, nobody lives there. But when it gets to Friday evening or from Thursday evening, you see people coming to clean the place. You come and clean the place up. From Friday evening, you see cars rolling in. And look at those cars, you have young boys, very young boys. The highest of the age, maybe about 21. From 18, 19, 20, 21, they just roll in. And they will have party from Saturday till Sunday. From Friday night, Saturday night till Sunday. And on Sunday, they move out. Until next Thursday when the cleaners will come again to come and play. And it's a very luxurious mansion, beautiful mansion. And one of those federal ministers own this mansion. What are we talking about? Government as of today, if you have a president who has a grip on his team, such things will not be happening. We need to clean this country. And then when you have that kind of cleansing, all these boundaries will be erased because nobody will be able to flaunt anything at you. And so we will be able to work hard and there'll be security. But it will never happen because those who don't want it to happen are busy doing it inadvertently.
All right. Thank you, sir. Now, let's move to the second topic of our discussion. Sean evil predictions ahead general elections. That's coming from Dr. Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State. Larry, why should some people be predicting evil ahead general elections?
A lot of predictions have come in the public space, and for somebody who wants to be part of the forthcoming election, anything that points to that election not holding is not going to be in sync with that person. The governor of Lagos State is contesting for second term.
Yeah.
The governor of Lagos State, he is also heading a state that is also affected to a large extent with insecurity. And so when people predict, there might be crisis in Lagos, there might be issues, he wouldn't want people to amplify that. He would want an election to hold. He will be looking at his principal too, becoming the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. However, the road and pathway to that dream and vision is enmeshed in blood and cries and hues. So what is the objective? So of course, some of the predictions are talking about an interim government and the rest of them. If there's going to be an interim government, automatically no governor will be in place. But basically, when people predict that so and so person and it favors you want to believe those predictions, and when it does not suit purpose, you want to castigate it as a bad and evil prediction. Whatever happens, we should not go to that election if we are not sure it's going to be a secure nation. Now, let's be honest with ourselves. There are cliffs in public space that is now tending towards trying to make it look like a religious issue. And the moment we still allow that in Nigeria, with all the pent-up anger and the suspicion, that election may never hold. So the route that people are supposed to be drawing their supporters from, that let us talk about growth and development, let us forget ethnicity, let us forget religion. People are underplaying it. and say, now, they are overplaying religion now, and then the ethnic cleansing thing. I don't think we are working towards that. But as a governor, he has intel, he has security reports, and on a daily, he himself knows that election is threatened. He knows. He must have records.
All right. Now, so yeah, if Governor Sanwo-Olu is telling some people to shun evil predictions, how will you take this statement?
There are two ways to it.
Yeah.
Shun evil predictions, that is, don't even predict evil.
Okay.
Shun evil predictions, don't listen to
Yeah.
those predictions.
Okay.
Even shun evil predictions, pretend as if they don't exist.
Yeah.
But there's no way those things can happen. For as long as you see something that is glaring you in the face, that this is what's going to happen, and you keep quiet, then you're not doing good for this nation. For example, if we say that election will hold, if you keep on saying the election will hold, it will hold, and on the long run, it doesn't hold, do you know what Nigeria will have lost in terms of resources?
Yes.
In terms of goodwill, Nigeria will have lost a lot in international society, and even at home. So it's better we want ourselves, we know right from the onset that we have seen that this thing is not going to hold, and these are the reasons why it's not going to hold. Except, of course, you can put those reasons as nullity or right the wrongs there. Then the nations will hold. Once you're able to do that, then you do our nation a lot of good. These people who are predicting that the nation will not hold and are giving reasons, tangible reasons, cogent reasons, very viable reasons. These are the people who love the nation. People like someone who is saying that we should shun evil. What he terms as evil may not be evil as far as I'm concerned. Okay? It all depends on the side you're looking at it. Because, for example, he's a governor of the state and he wants to go for a second term. And for as long as that election doesn't hold, it doesn't favor him. It doesn't favor his principle. So that's why he's saying, calling those things, those kind of things, imputation. The Muslims say, any for Tosi, so these are the kind of things I don't think whatever he's calling evil, he only is able to define what he means by evil predictions, and that is capable of being interpreted in so many ways. So as far as I'm concerned, if you can tell us today that this is what I mean by evil predictions, fine, we'll be able to define it. But as of now, we don't even know what he means by evil prediction. Or I can only imagine, and my imagination is what I'm talking about now. That if what he thinks as evil predictions are declaring that this election may not hold. Nobody is saying that the election will not hold. May not hold. If so and so are not put in place. If so and so are not called. If you don't take so and so steps, elections may not hold. If he knows that, and he's a governor of a state, what steps has he taken on his own part to make sure that those things that people are talking about, just yesterday now there was a riot in Bogota. One person was killed. And so, these are the kind of things. If even in his own state, people are being kidnapped, almost on a daily basis on that Lagos-Ibadan expressway. What are we talking about? So, except of course, he can give us cogent reasons of what he has been doing as a governor to make sure that that thing does not happen in his own state. And it's not happening in his own state. We can see that it's not happening. You cannot say that whoever is doing that in the state is doing evil.
All right.
Except that.
Okay, thank you, Saya. Larry, let me come to you. Saya said something now that instead of Sanwo-Olu to be telling people to shun evil, he has to do the needful and ensure that the election hold. Now, why is it that Governor Sanwo-Olu is telling people to shun evil prediction? Why is it that he cannot, make use of these predictions, however evil they are, do some things to right the wrongs in order to ensure that things are put in proper perspective so that the election will hold, instead of telling people not to shun prediction?
1,001 times a governor or president or somebody, because the armed forces, even the police, is not under the direct purview of the government. So no amount of wishful thinking can make that happen or stop from his side. He might shout out to caution, but in trying to just make a statement like that, when it's not within your powers, so do. Like Soya Fadipe told us just now that Mr. President gave directives to service chiefs and they did not go. Do you think that will happen under normal conditions? No, it won't. As a matter of fact, the American president will call an emergency situation meeting and invite retired generals. The situation in Nigeria, all retired generals ought to have been called over 6-7 years ago to stop this problem. It's something that could be off in 3-4 months. And so we allow foreign mercenaries to come take over our forests and take over our resources there. They have their strip where they lift gold and take it into airspace of Nigeria. They enter and carry our wealth and resources away in the name of banditry is there, so we cannot go there. Look at the Kaduna train attack. The soldiers kept a distance from the forest where the bandits took people. And they were collecting their ransom before releasing people. And you want us to believe there's no hand of Esau in it, in the affairs of Jacob. No, we must just be sincere with ourselves. A lot of people have spun stories, and when the spin masters spin their stories and you cannot convince us that it was just an evil spin, then people want to believe that, I mean, you know how you can deal with this, you are not dealing with it. Then maybe you have part of them belonging to you. Mamu, the chief negotiator, DSS, they don't have a case against him again. Yes. Whereas the head of the DSS, before the current head that came back, Daura was there when Buhari was outside the country. And there was a situation that was like an attack on the Senate, which was a direct confrontation with the government of Nigeria, because there's a seal of government too for the legislative arm of government in the Senate. And DSS operatives went there and did wrongly, and the whole world condemned it, and the acting head of state, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, took the bull by the horns and removed Daura and said the next person. So it doesn't mean you must know the hierarchy of people there, but the next person to Daura happens to be a southerner. And from retirement, the commander-in-chief brought Bichi back. If you read in the news some days back, the wife of Bichi had issues, and they said they had issues with some people, and they had to force DSS operatives to tell a candidate to stay back. They are not, but all these things are not helping us security-wise. And we know our security operatives are professionals. The government of America will call Pentagon, will call FBI, will call the Army, will invite retired generals to come to the table and plan how to. So we have not seen strategic activities like that. And we are thinking we want to solve the problems of Nigeria. It's unfortunate we are living with a problem that we could actually live in the board. But we pray and work if we want results. We are praying only, we are not working towards getting results. So it is what you put in that will come out by way of harvest. If you package lies and you slot it into your computer system, you harvest a bunch of lies.
All right. So yeah, from what Larry has said now, how long will you continue to live with this situation?
I remember singing this song. We will get there. Everyone will get there. You don't come together. Together. But when? I cannot tell you, I can't predict that. How cannot predict that. Because all indices tell us that the government that we have today, or the prime politicians that we have, bunch of leaders that we have, are not ready for us. They are simply not ready for us. And I don't want to start crying treason. I don't want to start crying revolution. Otherwise, I might be accused of selling up the honest nest. But when you keep giving us lies, right from sellers, the revolution will be bred. You are on top of decision all the time. This decision, you're on top. Every time something happens, it would have happened. After it happens, you hear the government say you're on top of the decision. There's never a time that you meet the situation in the body before it happens. It's only when it happens that you now say you're on top of which situation you're on top. Recently now we heard that somebody, I can't remember that case. I will remember now. The person was apprehended. And suddenly we heard that the person escaped. Somebody that was apprehended in custody escaped. It's mind-boggling that you hear stories that you just start thinking that are we really in the same society? God damn it. Are we in the same society? Someone you know has committed a heinous crime and you are able to apprehend that person, and then along the line, and that's why you hear people when you say society should help you when there's crime. The society wants to help you, but that society will think of the repercussion when it helps you to nab somebody who has committed a crime and you allow that person to escape. What do you think that will happen? The person has already given that person out. It's in danger. And so that's why the society is reticent. Doesn't want to come out, and we don't want to work with any enforcement again because you have to start saving your own life first. Because you die for nothing. And that's the problem we are facing. But I know one day we'll get there. We will get there. How will we get there right now? When we get there, and how long will it take? I really don't know. But now every day we kick the go market. Now every day. One day we kick the go market, nobody return. It will happen. Just let's watch out.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen. Let's move to the third topic of our discussion for today. All government payments must be cashless from March 1. NFIU Larry. All government payments must be cashless as from March 1.
That's a good one. Good one because it goes to make it very easy to trace the money. So any payments that is leaving the coffers of government must go into known accounts. And whoever has the money will not explain. If we're tracking money, you track it, you find whose account it is, you find out how did you get government money paid to you, what services did you render, or what are you going to produce for government. Yes, that is good. But you see, the sincerity of that act is now what is germane for everybody to look at. This is a CBN that was accused of being part of a collusion to have opened accounts where some fictitious funds were put. And these are not government accounts, I say. As a matter of fact, there are insinuations and accusations that some of those accounts, the owners of the accounts don't even know. They use their BVN, they use every other thing, but they do not know that they have such an account. It's kept as secret, and one would have expected a serious sitting of the CBN to the bank, give expository facts about, there is no such account as this, there is an account, so to speak, but the account owner himself knows it and has done that to prove. But it just went silently under the carpet like that. I would begin to wonder. So this NFIU cashless policy thing, but also they might have devised. That's the unfortunate part, that those evil Nigerians have a smart way of devising means of circumventing their own laws. They will have prepared the foolproof way to dance around it before they announce it to the public. So they will be doing it and making it a crime for others to do it. The recent one that started, I think it was yesterday, that you must you cannot make more than a particular amount per day. So you have to pay maybe 100 people who worked on your site, and by the time you have paid 30 of them, you have to tell the others, okay, better luck till tomorrow, we are done for today. And you like, wait a minute, we work per day. We have worked for you today, so how are you telling us tomorrow? We are not your regular staff, we are per day staff. So you pay, as we work, we collect. Do not let a laborer's sweat dry. But by reason of this law now, you want people to go hungry and their sweat will dry. You have somebody that has to pay. That people have that kind. You are on a work site that you are doing a whole building, a concrete slab, and you must do it that day.
Yes.
So you definitely have to bring enough people to do that day's job for you. And so when they come, they do their casting, they do everything, and when they now finish, you say, I'm sorry because I cannot collect more than 500,000. So how do you now parade those who will collect? When will you not start owing people? Because we say, okay, I want to share it between all of you, so maybe everybody will get 1,000, so that I can go out. That's not. Some things have to give. Some things have to give. You have to allow some things to be seamless. If it is not stolen money, let people have access to their money. If you suspect that, okay, any withdrawal above 2 million involve NFI, all those laws are there. That if somebody collects more than this much, call the attention of NFIU, call the attention of EFCC, report to them, somebody came and collected 10 million today. Let them follow that person. But how many of such have they followed? So those who are supposed to do those jobs have not done it, but they are not. But well, now that they have said March 1, let's even try it. You know, so a road less traveled at times is a good road. So let's see how it goes.
All right. So yeah, in view of what Larry has said now, we do see the possibility of this policy being taking root in the country.
Yeah, well, it's a good policy. I agree. Now, if, for instance, I'm a government contractor, and I've already given my proof that I do this job for you, a so amount of money, and the government says, okay, they're going to pay you upfront a particular percentage of that money. Yes, make it cashless, pay it to my account. But there's another twist to it. If I will execute that job for you, I must employ some people to do that job for you. How many of them do I need to employ? How many do I pay them? Am I able to withdraw that money from my account to pay them? And how many of artisans in the society today have bank accounts? How much do they earn in a day? No, that's not even enough for them to feed on. So they cannot afford to go and put that kind of money in the bank. They will starve. So how do I pay them their money? If you say you have a foreman, and you transfer the money to the foreman's account, how does he pay them to? So these are the issues that we have to look at. Good enough, CBN is trying to make sure that money does not flow inside too much. Fiscal money, but there are issues to it. And so, of course, we are in a setting where we make sure that everybody has a bank account. And if everybody is going to have a bank account, not somebody who has 30,000 naira per month. The money that's not even enough for him to feed his family for 2 weeks or for even 1 week. You ask that person to go and open an account. That money will not leave the account for more than 1 hour. Before he withdraws it. And so if you look at what is going to be charged on him from that money, he doesn't want to go and put that money in the bank. He doesn't want to. I met a man in the bank the other time. He was to take some money. And now man went out to start crying. I don't know for that matter. I had to go to the man. Baba, what's wrong? Why are you crying? He said they have wronged him. I said why? He said because he wants to take his money. He has already borrowed some money from the bank because he needed some money to do something. He borrowed the money quite well. And he knows that they deducted that money from his account. And by the time he wants to earn, to withdraw money now, he sees that what he has to withdraw now, not for anything. I said, what did you do with that money? Let me explain the whole thing to me. I pitied the man. And that man was telling that if he would have opened a bank account in the first instance, he would have gone to borrow from people to do whatever he wanted to do. But if he doesn't have a bank account, he cannot be paid. And that's the kind of vehicle that the man has put himself into. That's the kind of problem that we have in the society today. The money is not just there. Jobs are not there, just there. And Nigerians are not yet educated to the point that you don't have to have this cashless economy. You go to buy from the woman in the market, you go to buy paper, and you tell them, do you want to bring your POS to pay?
All right. Now, Granley, from what Sonia said now, the policy is good, but there are some factors that may make nonsense of the entire policy. Now, before we round it up on this program, what will you suggest for CBN in order to ensure the success of the policy, cashless policy?
Yeah, part of it has always been there.
Yeah.
There is nothing new, I tell you, under the sun. Nothing new. Yeah. Everything that could be in place to control that situation has always been there. But the institutions that are to run it are the ones that we should ask why they have not been doing that. Reducing that amount and all these NFIU issues, one, somebody wants to pay laborers. Yes, we said they should not use cash. But we have seen that cannot work. We did limits that person can collect per day. That's number one. Number two, that same day he wants to engage those people. There are materials to be used. So even if you cannot get all the materials, you can get some materials a day prior. It may not be enough to fix that. You can do transfer and the rest. They will bring the haulage. So many things are involved in all of these processes. To my mind, I think Nigeria has to sit down, and Nigerians, the town hall we should be doing is not really on transition now. It should be a town hall on the way forward, because there is need for it.
All right. So yeah, your party remark before.
Yes, I think there should be some relaxations in certain areas that will make people live well, comfortably, at least in the sense of it, that I have my money, I spend my money. There should be a relaxation of that. If you don't have that kind of thing, and people are not relaxed enough to say, if I have money today, I can withdraw that money, I can do this with your money, then it will work.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming on.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it.
Thank you very much for having me today. Thank you for being here.
This is where we are going to call it good for today. Tomorrow is another edition of the program in the newsroom. We expect you to join us same time tomorrow. My name is Kayode Adebayo. Bye-bye.
Mondays to Fridays, 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. In the newsroom, you can't